The goal with the Inclusive Ventures program was to support SMEs in Västra Götalandsregionen to do business in and with fast-growing developing markets.
Through the Inclusive Ventures program, we've had the opportunity to not only show businesses here in the region the great potential of working with developing markets, but to help them to analyze those markets, develop and test their solutions and products in those markets, and enter those markets. But also helping businesses to find the right partners, the right investors that can help them grow and scale their business. What we're talking about is scalable impact, trying to help businesses that address large social and environmental issues to scale their business models and to grow and to create more impact in doing so.
For us Swedish businesses and SMEs, we see that there are hindrances. If they wish to do business within the developing markets, to reach those target groups, they need some structure for help and advice.
Yeah, I think there is a great opportunity for Swedish SMEs in Western Sweden to find a market in developing countries. There is a huge potential, I think, in terms of quantity. The market is huge, but they need to think differently, and I think inclusive business can also provide a lot of support in that case, because it can be difficult to find the right people, I think. You need to find a business idea that is viable. It might not be viable here in Europe, but it might be viable if you come to another country.
Yeah, there's obviously a need for this kind of program, since we know that companies don't very often spontaneously go along these lines of supporting the base of the pyramid, as it were. So I think it's incredibly valuable that there is a program that points the way, that also makes the companies aware of the possibilities and the potential of doing business in this field.
But it's not just about export opportunities. In a lot of ways, we've helped businesses to ensure that their value chains are more sustainable, more inclusive, working to make them more future-proof.
Iceberg is a Swedish-based outdoor footwear company. We do shoes with a good grip to get people out there all year around and to prevent fall accidents. And we are very focused on sustainability. We needed better rubber for our soles, but we couldn't find sustainable rubber on the market. So we reached out to FSC International. FSC is Forest Stewardship Council, promoting sustainability forestry, and also inclusive business. And we reached out to other footwear brands to create a bigger demand for sustainable rubber, so that finally the smallholder farmers in Thailand, they were FSC certified, but we had a missing link, and the processor making the liquid latex into footwear rubber finally dared to take the step, seeing that there is a potential good business in this. Now all Iceberg's value chain is FSC certified, and we use only FSC rubber in our soles. And the supply chain in Thailand, they supply rubber to other brands than to us, because we don't need that much. And that's a very nice scaling effect.
We have developed a reusable sanitary pad for environments that are poor when it comes to access to water and washing facilities. At present we collaborate with organizations in India mainly, and in different countries in Africa. Our vision is to secure every girl and woman's right to menstrual health by provision of secure and safe sanitary protections, because without access to proper and hygienic products, you can't really participate in the society every day in a month. But you have to stay at home, and you can get infections and so on, and it really affects your health if you lack of solution for your periods.
Trine is an investment platform that makes it possible for anyone to make a direct positive impact with their money by investing in solar energy companies in emerging markets. And we currently operate in Africa, Asia and Latin America. So far, 1 million tons of CO2 has been avoided and 3 million people have gotten access to clean and affordable electricity, all through our investors who's gotten a return on their investments.
In Osaro Crop Biotech, we work with AI-enabled crop improvements, aiming for food security and a resilient agriculture. And what we do is to develop traits such as salt tolerance, heat tolerance, nitrogen use efficiency for the crops to be able to grow in climate-affected conditions, for instance. We target markets globally. First market is Bangladesh. And we have, for instance, test cultivation ongoing in Serbia, in Kenya, and in Pakistan. In Osaro, we aim to create impact within food security parameters, climate parameters, and soil health parameters. And that is, for instance, increased farmer profits, increased incomes for the field workers, that we can prevent erosion by cultivating otherwise fallow land, and also that we can sequester CO2. Osaro have been part of the Inclusive Venture Accelerator, where we got support in market research and finding business partners globally. And that was a real value creation for Osaro. The program really docked into our current need, working where we really wanted the work to be done. So really tailor-made for us.
My advice to other companies that are working in developing markets and want to make impact is to take advice specifically from Inclusive Business, as I think they have a good expertise in working with developing markets and different business models and approaches, which is quite complex, and it's good to have support there.
So my tip for West Swedish companies is to leverage and expand their network as much as possible. People in the impact space are very helpful, and especially when it comes to developing markets. And a good first step would be to get in touch with professional networks like the Inclusive Business Network.
To contribute to something that makes life a bit easier for someone is very, very meaningful. And out of that, I think that we get energy to keep up the work we do and not give up.